Welcome back to Dear Career. I'm Tiana, I'm your host, and this is a podcast where I help you get your career to where you want it to be. Okay, so if you've been following me along this June moon journey, you know that we are here in our last week, and it is a celebration time because we are at our last week and we are getting to the full moon. This is this is exciting. So I hope that I've been making it really easy for you and that you have been taking it in with ease. And if it's new, if moon work is new for you and you've been getting curious, I hope I piqued your interest and I've kept you curious and that you've kept an open mind and that you're still here interested in what I have to say. Um, but thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here and you're just getting started and you're just now getting into um, what I'm doing and what the work is I'm doing, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here and I'm so glad that you've decided to tune into this episode because we are here at the full moon and this is the perfect episode to join because um, this is a good one. This is a big one. Okay, so to get started, just as a reminder, moon work is something that's been happening for many, many years. It's been work that the moon has been a tool that women have used for years and years and years. It's been a tool that farmers have used, and it has been believed that the moon's gravitational pull has really impacted soil moisture and plant sap. And now the cycle of the moon really does help with the scheduling with farmers and set scheduling. So if you're into routine, the moon can really help with setting routines. For women, there's a lot of mirrors in nature when it comes to a feminine cycle. The moon also kind of reflects the feminine cycle. So, how can we use the moon and as a tool to apply it to other aspects of our life, including career? For me here today, I'm going to actually be just like I have been, I'm going to be focused on the job hunt and applying this section and this phase of the moon into the job hunt. If you've been following me along, I've been applying each phase of the moon each week to how you can apply that phase of the moon into your job hunt. So, this week of the moon, we're building up and building up to that full moon status and the dates of the full moon is we're moving from the waxing gibbous moon all the way up to the full moon. So the dates are from June 22nd, and this is in 2026. Again, if you want to come back and you may not be listening to this on time, you might even be listening to this in the future. But this is June 26th, June 2026. So this is June 22nd all the way through June 30th. June 30th is the night of the full moon. That is the cycle. We're going to move from waxing gibbous all the way through full moon. And that is the end of the full moon cycle. And then it's going to start back to the beginning after June 30th. So we would have gone through a full month. And it'll go back to the beginning, moving back into the waning gibbous. So, and we'll start another cycle and apply it to something else in the future, another part of the job hunt, whether it's interviewing, whether I don't know yet. We'll have to figure that out. But especially if you like this content, let me know. Let me know how it helps you. But I'm excited to get into this part of the moon because there's so much that we can do with getting into the full moon. But something I forgot to share with the last episode, and I am in the past right now recording this, but I'm pre-recording this into the future. So I'll try to make sure I get some content out there on time. But I realized in my last episode, I forgot to note that we just would have had the summer solstice. So I want to make sure that I'm highlighting that here because building up to the full moon, the summer solstice actually happened on June 21st, which the summer solstice is the longest day of the calendar year, and it's typically celebrated throughout the world in different ways. A lot of countries, a lot of cultures celebrate this as the beginning of summer. It's highlighted as just a really long day to celebrate because there's 14, 15 hours of daylight. I think there's some historical sites like Stonehenge in the UK where they do an actual overnight gathering, and I think it's live streamed now. So there's some places that really do it. New York, I believe they have like a big yoga event that happens for the summer solstice. NASA also does a big event. So there's definitely some big things that happen when it comes to summer solstice. So I'll try to make sure that I highlight that because summer solstice and the moon, it's also a great time to check in with your goals. Now this is more coach life here, but check in with your goals. It's the halfway point, middle of the year. So if there's any goals you've set at the beginning of the year and you want to check in with your goals and see how you're doing and see if you need to reset, edit my little tool, my little aid tool, you need to add, delete, edit. Feel free to do that with your goals. See if you need to make any adjustments there because now is the time. You don't want to sit on those goals that maybe are no longer serving you. So it's a great time at mid-year check-in to release what's no longer serving you and move on from something that maybe isn't working. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it and follow along. Now, again, I'm going to be continuing on with my resources, which are The Moon and You book by Diane Alquist. We have my pocket mantra to Nas Chubb. And then we are going to be moon manifesting because it is a full moon with the Moonology book by Yasmin Boland, and also using the card Oracle Moonology card deck with also Yasmin Boland. And I'm going to be linking all of these in the show notes. So that way, if you wanted to connect with any of these resources, you absolutely can. The Moon and You book I've used every episode, and this one is one that I think makes more sense to actually have a physical copy because there are a lot of resources in here. Okay, so getting started with the full moon. Everyone knows a full moon. It's usually most people's favorite because it's big, bold, and bright. Like its grand appearance, it has the biggest, boldest ability to empower you as well. This is surely the most powerful lunar phase. This phase bestows upon you the motivation to try new things and to achieve goals that you have been wanting to fulfill. Your intuition is enhanced, and it's a time to project your highest intentions and focus on celebrating you. The full moon is a creative time, so when you take time for yourself during this stage, you may want to tap into your artistic side or conjure up a remedy or two. Plan an event with friends and share the excitement, or go solo and experience the vibration of the moon's light and potency. This phase has much to offer, whether you are inside or outside. You will be exhilarated and inspired. Don't let this exceptional phase slip away without doing something special. It's more than just a phase. It's a lunar experience. Okay, so with that in mind, as you're setting intentions for this cycle of the moon, this is like the ultimate time to set intentions. You want to think about your overall monthly goals. Your moon has been built up. It's full. So you want to set like bigger goals and overall month intentions. When it comes to your job hunt, intentions should align in that way. Intentions can be thought through. Intentions can be higher level and set with higher purpose, but intentions can also be really focused around creativity and achieving goals. Okay, so when it comes to your job hunt, how are you using the moon to focus on your job hunt? This is really your time to shine. So in your job hunt, you want to take a look at where have you already gotten traction? Now, if you have been hearing back from any applications and you're having conversations with hiring managers or recruiters and they're starting to move you forward in the process, this is the best time of the month for you to start scheduling any interviews. So if you have screenings or interviews that you want on your calendar, try your best to schedule them during the full moon type of phase. Now, it does not have to be on the exact full moon, of course, but around the full moon. And this can sometimes be looked at as 5 days before, leading up to the full moon, 5 days after the full moon. For women, this is something I do want to have another episode where I get into it and talk a little bit more about a feminine cycle, because interviewing and the feminine cycle can be looked at a little bit more thoroughly, and how this works and how we perform best when we interview and what part of the cycle works best for us. But in the moon specific cycle, and if you're not necessarily synced up to the moon, what does that look like? So I will do another separate episode because that's a whole other topic. But if you're aligning to the moon and following like the moon cycle, what can that look like? Scheduling during interviews during the full moon time is the best time for you to interview. But this is also a time to celebrate. So if you have been hearing back consistently and just all the hard work that you've put into the application process during your job hunt, it is really important for you to take note of that, celebrate that, honor that. And the full moon is the best time of the month to do that. Yes, maybe things may feel slow during the application process and it's not going exactly how you want, but taking the time to honor what you have done and the hard work that you have put in and the effort you've made is really important. Whether it's a small celebration or, whatever you deem as bigger, that's up to you. Whatever makes sense for you, you decide what makes sense and what a celebration looks like. But this is the time to do it. During the full moon time is the time to have some type of event or celebration as far as your efforts made in the application process. So you're not doing this every week, of course, but you're doing this on a once a month basis that you've put in work towards the applications, and now you're going to honor it and you're going to celebrate it. Yes, okay, I've done what I need to do, and now I'm going to say, okay, good job to me. In this process of the celebration, it helps to continue the momentum, keep you motivated. It helps you to keep your eye on the prize and focus on achieving goals. So it is important to celebrate in that process. Okay, so we are going to shift gears now to moon manifesting. We haven't talked about this since the new moon, so we are going to bring that back because we are in the full moon cycle. So let's bring that back up. I wanted to highlight something when it comes to manifesting during the full moon, because this is a really good time if you have any manifestations that you're working on and you wanted to bring them in. This is the perfect time to bring any manifestations and any work that you are working on. When it comes to manifestations, the moon can be so powerful for that. So in the Moonology book, we have a section that really focuses on the full moon when it comes to forgiveness and gratitude. The full moon is generally considered to mark the end of the lunar cycle. Of course, the lunar cycle never actually ends. Rather, the moon is forever waxing and waning. The full moon is also seen as the climax of the monthly lunar cycle. The energies build and build and build to the full moon, and then bang, there's some full moon madness followed by a sort of cosmic lunar cycle. At the time of the full moon, we're being asked to deal with our stuff. The full moon then is all about peaking and releasing the old, letting go of lower energies that come from upsets or any negative events, as well as negative patterns you may have fallen into. It's about releasing toxic thoughts, habits, ways of being, and indeed toxic people. It's culmination time. It's letting go and clean slate time. It's when we should release the things we don't want: guilt, fear, disappointment, jealousy, anything that's counterproductive. The full moon is also a powerful time for inner work. We're looking within, healing, shifting blocks, and shedding the past. When the moon is full, it's at its brightest and it can shine a light on our darkness, on our deepest parts of ourselves that we usually can't see. The full moon also creates something of a tug of war in us. We have the sun in one half of our horoscope chart and the moon on the exact other side. We see where things are out of balance and bring them back into harmony. Working too hard, the full moon reminds us to pay some attention in our working life. Spending too much events at the time of the full moon can remind us to rein things in. Giving too much, the full moon is time to remember to take as well, and so on. It is an important note that in order to realize our dreams via new moon manifesting, we need to have released any grudges or upsets that we have against anyone. That's just how it works. The full moon is also the ideal time to practice forgiveness and gratitude. We can use the full moon to process the following: negative emotions, fears, upsets, arguments, disappointments, dramas, and wrongdoings. In order to process, we have to forgive. That might mean forgiving ourselves or forgiving someone else. Now, in this book, it goes into more of actions that you can take when it comes to forgiveness and a bit of like a forgiveness ceremony and what you can do if you have some actions you need to do when it comes to forgiveness. And then it goes into a bit of an opposite action, which is gratitude. Now, these things balance each other out. In manifesting, it's important to take action in both. In performing any kind of forgiveness list, you're releasing resentment, so you need to replace it. Gratitude is the ideal quality to replace resentment. It increases your vibration, so you will be happier. And the higher and clearer your vibration, the better able you will be to manifest in 2 weeks' time when the new moon rolls around. So when you're in a state of gratitude, you can manifest extra well. This is because being in this state closes down your ego, which might otherwise bring in doubts while you're manifesting. And then it goes into a whole list of how you can do it. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and go purchase that Moonology book. There's a lot in there. And if you want to get curious, go ahead and check that one out. It's a good one. Okay. And I do encourage that because this is the perfect time. I just want to give you a little bit of a taste because especially if you're interested in focusing on any manifestations when it comes to your job, when it comes to career, when it comes to manifesting a new opportunity, a new job, use this kind of work to help you. Are there actions that you need to take when it comes to forgiving? Are you in this low vibration setting when it comes to feeling like I don't have any new opportunities coming my way? I'm applying, and nothing's happening. I'm going to encourage you and challenge you to find gratitude in that because it can be very difficult. But what can you be thankful for in that opportunity? Is there anything that you can find gratitude in when you're in that situation? I don't know. So uh, uh, I know it's difficult and I know it's hard. And sometimes it's really hard to stay positive when there's so much negativity going on. Um, so hang in there. But okay, so now we're going to go back to our shifting into the moon you because I wanted to make sure that you had some actions when it came to the rituals. And I have a couple of rituals that I thought would be perfect for the full moon. Uh, more meditations, of course, and I think this is a perfect time to do that. So meditate during the full moon. This one's great. I'm actually going to only do part of this one, and I'm going to read through this. So, meditate during the full moon. Meditation is a method of calm reflection that helps relieve stress and anxiety and improve your physical and spiritual well-being. Some people even meditate to try to achieve a heightened state of consciousness. When you meditate under a full moon or on the day of the full moon, you'll experience especially powerful lunar energy. If you haven't meditated before, trying it during a full moon could be both fun and rewarding. If you're already proficient at meditating, you might be able to put yourself into an alert and altered state more easily thanks to the intense lunar energy. You only need a minimum of 10 minutes to do this full moon meditation. Feel free to go longer, of course. Follow these simple steps to find peaceful calm that can help rejuvenate your spirits. 1. Dress comfortably. First, be sure you're wearing something comfortable and not binding. 2. Find a suitable spot. Decide if you will meditate inside or out. Meditating in the full moonlight would be wonderful, but if you won't be comfortable, it's not worth it. You can still experience lunar energy inside, especially if you sit near a window. 3. Sit comfortably. Do you want to sit on the floor or ground with your legs crossed? Or would you rather sit in a chair? Either way, be sure you will stay alert and not fall asleep. Maintain good posture, but don't be too stiff. Number 4, close your eyes if you want to. Decide if you want to close your eyes or not. Some people like to see the space they're in. Others like to close out the world and focus their attention inward. It's up to you. Number 5, be in the present. Check in with your senses. For example, pay attention to what you are hearing. Do you hear sounds of nature, soft music, the ticking of a clock? Be aware of what's going on around you. Number 6, focus on your breathing. Breathe naturally. Don't be concerned with how fast or slow you are breathing. As you focus, your breath will naturally slow down. Pay attention to the rhythm. Number 7, be prepared for your mind to wander. You may think of odd things like how you forgot to pay the electric bill or buy milk. It seems silly, but it's perfectly normal. Acknowledge these things and don't fight them. Then go back to focusing on your breathing. Number 8, do a body scan. You may start to feel different sensations within your body. Think about them. Starting from your toes and working up. How do your toes feel? Do you feel air on them, or are they warm thanks to the socks you have on? Make your way mentally up your body till you reach the top of your head. You don't want to try to adjust anything. Just be aware of how your body feels. Number 9, feel the full moon energy. Now focus on the moon above. Even if you are inside, what does it look like? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel excited or curious? Think about how you're feeling now about this experience. Number 10, come out of the meditation. When you feel you have done enough, slowly open your eyes. If they are already open, simply relax for a couple seconds. Sit where you are until you feel the urge to leave your spot. Each time you practice this meditation, you will feel and learn something new about yourself. You could jot down some notes after each time you do this meditation to track how you react to various full moons. And that's it. Okay, like I've done previously, I like to give a couple options just so that you have a few things to do when it comes to actions or rituals for each moon cycle. Okay, so in the full moon cycle, because you're in this full moon, there's more energy. It's time to be creative. Typically, you also have more energy in general. So this is a great time to do a workout to empower yourself. So we're going to read this section. Energy is racing on the day or night of a full moon. So why not let this powerful phase pump up your physique? If you don't work out regularly, the full moon can motivate you to see what you can do. You might start with hiring a trainer for a session on the day or evening of the full moon and ask them to show you some basic exercises. If you'd rather exercise in a group, take a class at a YMCA or a local gym as an experiment, do that. Remember, ask for help before using machines or weights you're not familiar with. If you are someone who works out frequently and you're up for a challenge, try some high intensity interval training to burn fat during the full moon. So here she talks about speaking with a specific trainer who actually recommends skipping the exercise machines and instead create cardio through resistance training with light weights and body weight exercises to strengthen your body as a whole. So here's a couple of workouts to maximize full moon energy. You'll only need a couple of things. So if you're going to do this one, and this is an example of like why you might want to purchase the book, but here's something that you would need, a couple things if you'd want to do this one. One pair of light dumbbells, a jump rope. Okay, here's what one set consists of. 30 seconds wide leg floor reach stretch, 30 seconds squats, 30 seconds dumbbell curls for biceps, left side, 30 seconds dumbbell curls for biceps, right side, 20 seconds push ups, 60 seconds jump rope, 30 seconds butt kicks in place, 30 seconds downward dog stretch, 30 seconds jumping jacks. Now, you're going to try to do 3 sets. No matter what exercise you choose, let the full moon be a springboard to create a strong, healthy you. So overall, whatever exercise you choose, it's a time to take an action and you can be active. Okay, we're almost done. Okay, so now is the time in the episode where we move to the mantra, which is from my pocket mantras. That is from Tanash Chubbed. The mantra I picked is from the abundance mantra section. We're doing mantra number 2. It says, I feel abundant in all areas of my life. How and when to recite this mantra? Recite this mantra 7 times, either out loud or quietly to yourself. How this mantra can help you. Feeling abundant means feeling supported and provided for by life and the universe. There's more than enough abundance in this universe for everyone, and we need not live in fear of lack or competition. Just because you receive doesn't mean someone else needs to miss out. Likewise, you will not miss out because someone else has received. If you shift your awareness for a moment, you can see that there is plenty, for example, through Mother Nature. Mother Nature always provides an abundance of everything, whether it's oxygen, sunshine, or glittering stars. We all get what we need as long as we remember to ask for it and make sure we are aligned with receiving it. In your own life, you can also shift your awareness so that you see the many gifts that surround you, no matter how big or small they may be. Chances are you have many, many gifts in your life, from the air in your lungs to the food in your fridge and the hot water that runs out of your taps. Abundance is all around you. You are already abundant, and reciting this mantra will help you acknowledge and feel grateful for this. Over time, honoring your abundance will help you create a more fruitful and rewarding life. Again, the mantra is, I feel abundant in all areas of my life. Okay, that's your pocket mantra. And I thought abundance might be perfect because the moon at this time is full and abundant. And so it's a great mantra for this time of the moon cycle. Okay, lastly, we are at the end where we are going to do our full moon oracle card read. Now, it's a surrender to the divine. That is what the full moon oracle card says. Now, if you're just listening and you want to check out the YouTube, it might be good so you can see the card. which is a very pretty card. Okay, so I'm going to read it. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? But it really is the feeling of the card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attuned to the moon. I am getting the answers I need. Additional meanings for this card. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. The teaching. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a powerful card. The full moon is often a time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon, and pulling this card at the time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. Okay, well, that's our last card for this cycle, and that's the ending of the section. Okay, well, I hope you very much enjoyed this episode. I'm sad because this is coming to an end. This episode's coming to an end, and this moon cycle is coming to an end. But don't worry, because if you like this series, we're gonna do more moon series. But if you like this month June moon series, just let me know. Share in the comments. Um, like this episode, share this episode. It helps me grow in the podcast. It helps me grow on the YouTube channel. So I would love for you to share. Please, just I would just love it if you could subscribe and share, and yeah, let me know what you think. But be on the lookout for future moon episodes as I continue to grow. But for now, that's all I have, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.